My name is Jane, and I am a 30-year-old office worker. Recently, my boyfriend Kevin proposed to me and we got married. Kevin was kind to me when we were dating and did house chores with me. He has a low-paying job, but he seems to be doing a good job at his work and is doing his best. I was hoping that his salary would increase in the future. We are currently living in a slightly smaller rental apartment. For me, I'd like to buy the condo with a little more space. So, I'm actually saving money little by little. Kevin, on the other hand, does not seem to be saving much money. Well, it's inedible because his salary is low to begin with, but I still feel that he wastes a lot of money. For instance, he buys video games and manages without any hesitation, and goes out drinking and buys drinks for his juniors. I once warned him about it, but he fought against by saying, "It's my money, so I can spend it as I like." Well, it is true that we have separate wallets as a couple, and I do spend some money on cosmetics and such. So, I'm not really denying Kevin's way of using his own money. However, I at least prioritize on saving money and then spend on things when I can afford to. I don't spend it without thinking, and I don't get into a tight spot before payday, like Kevin does. Before we got married, he was not the type to buy all kinds of things like he does now. Plus, he used to take me to good restaurants and give me gifts, and I even felt guilty that was why he was running out of money. There are other things that have changed between before and after our marriage. It was something like Kevin's view of the family. Before we got married, we were both working and we knew we both had to be independent, so we shared the housework and other chores. When I was busy working late, he even cooked dinner for me. But now he leaves everything to me. He doesn't do any housework or any cooking. Nothing. If I don't do anything, the room gets dirtier and dirtier, so that I have to be the one to do the cleaning myself, even when I'm exhausted. It's the same with cooking too. After marriage, no matter how late I work overtime, he never prepares anything whatsoever. And when I come home very tired, he, who is only playing games, saying something like, "I'm hungry, hurry up and make me something to eat." I can't tell you how many times I thought, if you have time to play games, you should be the one cooking. But despite my frustrations, I still loved Kevin. It wasn't that he didn't have anything good, and there was something about him that made me feel attracted to him, so we stayed together. And Kevin would surprise me with gifts on our wedding anniversary or my birthday after we were married, so I felt that we were still getting along well as a couple. We have been married for 3 years now. I think we're getting along reasonably well, even though we had some fights here and there. But then, with the death of my father-in-law, Jack, cracks began to appear in our marriage. As soon as Jack passed away, my mother-in-law, Mary, started coming over to our house a lot. It was lonely being alone, so it was nice to have someone next to me, even if we didn't talk that much. I didn't mind Mary coming over for a visit, but it was pretty frequent. Mary comes over every weekend. It was hard for me to spend my only day offs with my mother-in-law being there. And Kevin, on the other hand, would go out on his own, leaving me to take care of Mary. I also wanted to go out with my friends too, and I got irritated. Then one day, Kevin says to me, "Let's buy the condo." "What do you mean, all of a sudden?" "Well, because, if Mom is going to come visit us frequently, I thought it would be better to have a place with more space. Besides, didn't you want to buy a condo with bigger space too?" "Well, yeah, but..." What about the money? Well, we can manage if we both pay. I was actually impressed that Kevin was thinking so well of me. I had always been astounded by how selfish he was, but he was trying to make things better for us as a couple. Well then, why don't we just go ahead and buy it? When we searched for a place that we both would like and still be within our budget, we found a beautiful and spacious room, a little out of our budget, but close to the station and with good sunlight. I don't know much about this kind of thing, so you can be in charge of this and proceed the contract with your signature? Fine. You always make me do this kind of thing, don't you? I didn't really realize the truth behind Kevin's behavior then. I was just so happy about being able to purchase a new home. Thus, we purchased a new condo and began to live there. It was very comfortable, and just living in it lifted my spirits. However, about a week after we started living there, Kevin said something outrageous. Mom's coming over today. Oh, she's coming over to look at our new place, right? I thought it was a bit of hassle. I thought, well, we didn't invite Mary to our new place even once since we moved, so I suggested to Kevin that we could get her some snacks for the tea. Then Kevin says to me, "That's fine. Don't be too uptight at the beginning. It will be hard later on." What do you mean? About what? What you just said. You mean she's coming to... Oh yeah, I meant that she'd live with us. Huh? What do you mean? This is my first time hearing this. Oh yeah, I did just say now. Why? Is it bad? Well, it's only normal for you to at least consult and tell me before this happened. But we've got enough room, so it's fine. And plus, she can help you with house chores. That's not the point. Well, she's all lonely, and I felt bad. Hey, wait a minute now. How can you be so defiant about this? As I was getting angry with Kevin, the doorbell rang. Oh, Mom's here. With that, ignoring me, Kevin went to the front door and invited Mary in. Welcome home, Mom. Kevin, it's nice to see you again. Oh, what a nice house. It's so new, clean, and looks comfortable to live in. Mary came in with her big luggage. In the end, I had to allow Kevin forcing me into living with Mary. After that, living in our new apartment that we had bought became completely boring. Mary, who wasn't concerned about my arrangement of the interior and accessories in the living room, began to place unfamiliar ornaments in other places. I really didn't like how she decorates because Mary decorates with many different things and it makes it look messy. And there was another problem. Kevin wouldn't try to pay the loan. As I recall, before we bought the house, Kevin suggested that we would both pay for it. But when the time came to make the payment, he said, "No, we can't afford to pay the mortgage on my salary, so Jan, you pay." I said, "That's not what you told me," angrily, and Kevin would say such things like, "Well, it can't be helped. I thought I could pay for it before I bought it." In the end, I was left to take care of everything, including taking care of the lawn, the housework, and Mary. What on earth am I working for? It wasn't supposed to be like this, I thought to myself. But after, something happened which pushed my nerves even more. One day, Kevin called me into the living room. "What happened?" "This is the divorce paper." "Huh? What do you mean all of a sudden?" "I'm cheating on you, and I want to be with my mistress." "It's too sudden. I don't understand." "Please, I've decided." "What?" I couldn't think straight. Too many things were happening in a row, and I wanted to be angry, but I couldn't find the right words. Please sign it. You probably wouldn't want to be with a guy like me. I certainly could no longer continue a relationship with a man who cheated on me with another woman. I thought to myself that actually this was perfect and signed the divorce papers. Thanks, Jen. I'll never forget you. I'll turn these papers in after work tomorrow. I think this will take me 2 or 3 days to leave the house completely. Would I now be a complete stranger to Kevin? I feel weird thinking this. Why did I let myself get carried away by him and by the house? Would I have to live alone in this big house from now on? Would I be able to bear the loneliness? I wondered about these points to myself. The next day, when I returned home after work, I found that Kevin's belongings were completely gone, and Mary was still there. Mary? Where's Kevin? And where are his things? Huh? Kevin said he was going out earlier on and left. As for Kevin's manga and video games, I think a buyer came and took them all with him. Huh? What? What happened? I heard Kevin said I'm decluttering everything once and for all. I finally knew that I got screwed. Kevin had sold all his belongings and disappeared, leaving Mary at home. I rushed to call Kevin, but he had already blocked my calls. I tried to call Kevin's office to get his contact information and address, but I was told that he had already resigned and had no contact information or his whereabouts. Kevin had planned all of this beforehand. In my room, I saw a note which said, "Take care of my mom. If you kick her out and she dies, I'll sue you." I was in a complete shock. Mary also saw his note and was shocked that her own son had abandoned her. What should I do from now on? Even though we're not related by blood, I just can't abandon her. But living together in this house didn't feel right too. I was so furious. I was very angry at Kevin for abandoning his own mother and for forcing everything on others so that he can be happy. I was determined to find out where he was, so I hired a professional detective from an agency. I asked them to find him, no matter how much it would cost. 2 months later, I received a call that they had located Kevin. It seemed like Kevin was living in a room in an apartment building. I took Mary with me to the room where Kevin lived, and when I pressed the doorbell, Kevin's mistress answered. "Who are you?" the mistress asked. "I'm Kevin's ex-wife." "Oh, but only if that man had probably filed the divorce papers. And she is Kevin's biological mother, whom he left at my house." "Huh?" The mistress, Emma, had no idea what was going on. "You have no clue about anything?" It seemed so." We were led to the living room, where I told Emma my whole story. Emma was absolutely horrified. Emma had been informed that Kevin was single and had never been married. And the time when Emma and him started dating coincided with the time that Kevin married me, so he was completely cheating on me this whole time. And as for Mary, he had told Emma that Mary was already dead. Oh my God, I'll never forgive him. I'm so sorry. I really had no idea about all of this. I don't know what to say. I understand that you really had no idea about all of this, since it was Kevin's fault for falsely claiming to be single and dating you. We will charge him alimony for your part as well. And about Mary, indeed, Kevin has a legal obligation to support and take care of his own mother. My father knows a lawyer, so I haven't taken any appropriate action. Then, at the right time, Kevin came home. Or should I say, it wasn't a right time at all for Kevin to come back. How did you know? Kevin, you've been deceiving me all along, huh? No, you're wrong. We aren't engaged anymore. I will also demand alimony from you, definitely. What? You can't ever run away now. Kevin, you're not my son. You're nothing to me. Go to hell. This house is under a contract with my name, so please leave immediately. Kevin looked horrified and just nodded his head. In the end, Kevin was sued for alimony by me and Emma, and regarding Mary, Kevin was obligated to pay the money for her to enter into a nursing house. Kevin was in a huge debt because of this incident, and now he's forced to live in a shabby apartment, working 3 part-time jobs to manage paying off his debts and live life in poverty. It's really a nice feeling to get back at him like this. Mary says that the people at the nursing house seem to be very kind, and she has made some friends. I was lonely living alone in the apartment I bought under my own name, so I started sharing a room with a good friend of mine while she paid me rent. Every day, I enjoy sharing a room with my friends while having a drink with them in the evening. Well, I'm only 30 years old, so I think I will start dating again when I'm ready. Thank you for watching until the end. Please subscribe to our channel. See you in our next video.